It's the final countdown.
Round 6, the last round of Swiss here at the old Cranky Man Collectibles Modern Championship Series Qualifier.
Yeah,
In the
boy.
feature match area, we finally have Black Lotus.
Well, Black Lotus at home.
Black Lotus that can attack.
That can
It's
attack.
also a 3/3.
You know, I saw that in Vintage when Oko was around. True story.
So at the top of your screen, you have Will. He's playing Burn. At the bottom of your screen is Chris. He's playing 5-color Elementals featuring Nissa Resurgent Animist. Stefan, tell me about this card.
This card is absolutely bonkers. It's easily the best card from the new set, from the Aftermath set, right? It basically has a landfall ability that procs additional, like it Lotus Cobras.
It's Lotus Cobra Plus.
Because if you do it more than once, which we have fetch lands,
Weird.
you just get to pull from the top, like Cascade basically into an Elf or Elemental and put it in your hand.
Yes.
It's and guess what? Elementals, playing a lot of Elementals.
Turns out they're PG.
Did you know Fury is an Elemental?
Solitude.
Subtlety,
Endurance.
Grief,
Weird.
all of the things that are very good.
I love 5-color decks.
I know
First
you
of
do.
all,
You're a monster.
First of all, I love a 5-color deck. Second of all,
Tell me more, stud.
gimme all that Lotus Cobra.
This card, all right, good. It's legendary. Good. It should be.
Yeah, having more than one of these in play at the same time would be very problematic.
Yeah. But just being able to turn all of your fetch lands into Black Lotuses,
Right.
that also draw you into the cards you're casting.
Yeah.
Because-
Plus, like, you get to do all of this in the Teferi Time Raveler Expressive Iteration Leyline Binding Shell.
So another mode of this card that I was thinking about is that it reveals an Elf or Elemental, meaning you can find another Nissa so they can never kill this card.
Sure.
So like they can use a kill spell on it. You have a second one in hand almost all the time.
Yes.
Our players have gotten up start. We got a flooded strand for Chris. Both players have kept 7, it looks like.
I let's go.
Yeah, and Burn just really trying to get there.
Burn is a deck that you have to respect no matter what.
It is good in every format.
You have got to always respect this deck, because if you don't, you just die.
Correct. It is good in literal every format, including limited.
Yeah.
There is a vintage burn deck. There's a legacy burn deck. There's a modern burn deck. There's a pioneer burn deck. There's a standard burn deck, and there is every kind of limited burn deck.
Yep. So Goblin Guide here on turn 1 going to reveal a Solitude off of the top.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's going to connect. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Chris is going to take 2. He's going to draw the Solitude.
I was thinking about this the other day, about Goblin Guide and what it represents. And it's... People think of that reveal as a downside because it could draw your opponent into a land. But it's also just free information for you.
That's true, yeah. If you know when they don't show you a land, you get to see one of the cards that's going into their hand.
And even if they do, you know that they drew a land off of it. Like, oftentimes you're like, okay, it's just a land. It's fine.
Right.
More often than not, they're revealing a non-land. You know it's coming down the pipe.
Yep.
And there's an Omnath.
Also an Elemental.
Also an Elemental. Legendary Elemental. I'm really happy we got this match.
So Teferi Time Raveler is going to get exiled. Solitude's going to cast. Will gain 2 life. Looks
Yeah.
like he's just going to. What is that card?
That's the 2-mana 2/2 that hits you off of 2-mana spells.
Eidolon.
Eidolon. Yeah, Eidolon of the Great Revel.
Eidolon of the Great Revel.
I believe that is a secret layer Eidolon of the Great Revel.
There it is.
Yeah. So one of the best things, if you Google Eidolon, the top search result is, how do you pronounce Eidolon?
It's pronounced Eidolon.
Eidolon?
Yeah.
Sure. Eidolon.
Eidolon.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is this? What is this trigger? It triggers off of Expressive Iteration, and I think that's it.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know that Chris has anything else in his deck that triggers this.
Is he playing Bolt or Unholy Heat? Nothing?
I don't think so. No, this deck is just all gas all the time. It doesn't bother with tiny little spells. Your puny lightning bolt is no match for my Black Lotus Finding Omnath.
It's a weird spot to play this card because the format has turned into sort of a high CMC slugfest. Ooh.
It looks like Leyline Binding is going to take care of that.
And another Eidolon. Eidolon.
Lava Spike going to go upstairs. Second copy of Eidolon.
Yeah, sequencing very well there. Playing the Eidolon second. Eidolon.
Not taking two.
I will say this does battle Ragavan. Like, it pings them for playing a Ragavan.
It also blocks Ragavan.
And it blocks Ragavan.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And this 5-color Elementals is playing Ephemerate, which means that if you cast it and then rebound it, you're losing 4
Take
life.
4.
Yeah. Oftentimes, and Utopia Sprawl. Prismatic Ending, oftentimes probably going to be 3 or more. So we've got...
Could be.
This is 3 mana, so this will do 2 damage to him.
It also just blocks this pretty well.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I see Will has a copy of Lightning Helix in his hand. Not going to do much against this Endurance, so I guess if he wants to trade 2 for 1...
It will put him up on some life, so that's nice.
No, I don't think we can afford to play that kind of
Yeah.
game. We just got to take our licks. Just got to take our licks. So Eidolon is going to die. I do not like using this Lightning Helix here. We've reached a very critical point.
His opponent's life total is low enough now that I think you need to conserve those burn spells.
Right, yes.
To
We
go
just
the
we just
distance.
take our licks.
Yeah, you close the gap with those.
Eidolon goes to the graveyard. We need to hang on to our burn spells.
You're absolutely correct.
We're getting into Omnath territory, which means we're going to be gaining 4 life a turn.
There are very few board states in which...
So he did
burn
get
once.
rewarded.
Yeah.
He drew a Searing Blaze off of the top.
Ugh.
So that's going to take care of the Endurance.
If your opponent, if you are on burn and you ever have to point a burn spell at a creature, it is not good.
Well, this is why Searing Blaze is a good card,
Yep.
right? Because it takes care
that's
of the
the
creature
one.
and it also domes your opponent.
Yep. That's like the only card that you really want to point at a creature.
Yep.
Ugh. Chris getting low on life now. We got a Swifty coming down. Getting down to the sub 6 is really where it gets dangerous.
Right, we're in the danger zone here.
Yeah.
Arid Mesa is going to get cracked.
Ugh, this is a nail biter, man.
Here's a Sacred Foundry.
And at this point, he can shock in lands all day, right? Will is up on life a considerable amount. Yeah, Mounted Series Swift Spear. He's got the original printing. Yeah. It's got the nice Jeskai eyeball.
Looks like Lightning Helix followed by a Skewer the Critics.
That is it?
That means we're going to go to game 2.
Wow.
What does 5-color Elementals have in the sideboard that can help them out here?
So excellent question. I think not a lot. I think Engineer Explosives can deal with it if you get some creatures on board.
Yeah, I don't like Engineer
No.
Explosives. The deck is like 60% non-land cards. You get stuck with an Engineered Explosives in play, and they just never play a Goblin Guide or a Monastery Swift Spear.
Yep.
Is not really where you want to be. I like cards like Flusterstorm or the new counter spell.
Oh, yeah, the replicate one.
The equation.
Oh, so change the equation.
Change the equation would be PG.
There's the what is it? The Storm card that gains you life. I have seen that in some sideboards today.
Yeah, I played that in the sideboard of Tron.
Yeah, what is that? Something Weather the Storm.
Weather the Storm.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for Chris, Will does get to pick up Roiling Vortex here.
Oh.
That's going to be very problematic for the Elementals deck.
Yeah, Roiling Vortex. So there's actually, funny enough, there's 2 separate types of Roiling Vortex now. There's one that hits off landfall. Or no, there's Sulfuric Vortex and Roiling Vortex.
Roiling Vortex is the one that deals you 5 every time you cast a spell for free.
Yes. And I think this is just the one that they play now. They used to play Sulfuric.
Yeah.
And this one is now just the go-to.
Much better. 1 mana less, additional lines of text. Also, you can stop your opponent from gaining life.
Yeah, this, like, it's... All right, so this is a weird scenario where losing 1 life is more advantageous than losing 2 because it's that symmetrical effect. Oftentimes, burn is also low on life sometimes, and they want to be able to meter it appropriately. And Sulfuric Vortex oftentimes sort of like it doesn't care.
Right.
It's just going to push everybody towards 0. Whereas this is going to gently nudge people, and then if you try to cast something for free, it's gonna punch you in the face.
It just punches you right in the face.
Which I like it better than the push. The gentle nudge with the hard kick, much better to me.
Yeah. Solid pickups after sideboard here.
Yeah, Will's really in a good position here. He's looking. So I see Chalice of the Void. So Chalice would probably be good, right?
You can set Chalice to 1 and turns off Bolt, Spike, Swift Spear, Goblin Guide.
It's a lot.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Nope, I think you just die. You expose yourself to Smash to Smithereens as well.
You think he's running that? Smash to Smithereens?
Burn play Smash to Smithereens in the sideboard, yeah.
I know they play Wear Tear too.
Yeah, won't be bringing it in, but if he sees a Chalice, it's great. It's good.
Yeah,
it's
he
good
can
to
do
bring
it.
it in.
Yeah.
Just gives you access to more lightning bolts.
So Chris is on the play this time.
Yes.
Which is so was Will on the play the last game?
No, I don't think so.
It's so funny, like he wasn't even on the play and he still is just like,
yeah, burn is usually done by turn 4.
yeah. You get enough time. It's the deck you play when you want to have enough time for snacks between rounds.
Absolutely.
If you're like, man, last time I played Control and I was going to time every round. This time I want to be able to get a drink. I want to be able to have a break, go for a walk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is the deck for it.
Also, like, your brain doesn't hurt after 6 rounds.
Yeah, you sort of feel refreshed.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, I took a shower. I thought
in hot magma.
Yeah, I thought really hard for 45 to 60 seconds. It heated up, and then it cooled down. It's like those exercises where you like flex the muscle really hard, and then you relax it, and you're like, oh wow, I was tense, you know? Unclench your jaw. Deck.
That's fantastic.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's Roiling Vortex, I think, is going to do a lot of work. And honestly, I think Will might just board into it. Like, not board, might mulligan into it. Because
I don't know.
You don't think
about
so?
That. No, I mean, elementals can just play lands and cast their spells. They don't have to do it for free. Like, whereas against something like Rhinos, it's a lot more effective because they don't really do anything without casting something for free. You know what I mean? So it's good against elementals. It's not it's not going to turn their ability to play the game off.
Correct. It's definitely different scenario. Ugh. That's a Lava Spike there, signed Lava Spike. And we were talking about this. Players that love their decks and are committed to their decks, you can see so much of that in the customization of what they have in here. Signed cards, alternate art cards. And for us on feature, on coverage, it becomes sort of a pain.
Yes.
But it's also with this sign of endearment that everybody has towards their deck, towards their playstyle.
I do love to see it.
Yeah. It's hard for you to really hate because, you know, it's all done with love. We're going to, I think, 5 here for Burn.
I think this is his first mulligan. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is just his first mulligan. So we'll be on 6 here, unless I'm way off. This hand looks good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the first mulligan. You're right. Yeah, we got
Yep, so we're going to start off with the Sacred Foundry here.
Tapped.
He did not draw a card.
Yeah, Will should.
Will missed his draw step.
He's just cracking right now. He's gonna get a Sacred Foundry. And
Skip your draw step.
like just correcting them real quick. Getting that Sacred Foundry, coming in untapped, going to 17. And we're sort of having a discussion.
Bob is at the table
Bob is at the
already,
table.
already
He's
getting
just
it
having it.
corrected,
Okay.
So
Okay, so we're gonna get a Goblin guy. Oh yeah, great. And we got a land. Oh well,
look at that!
look at that. Got a Windswept Heath for free. Well, 2 mana or 2 life. But it's a
I
Windswept
never
Heath.
thought about that aspect of it. So all the fetches and shock lands that are in modern, it's kind of like Goblin Guy just gets to deal you extra
Oh
damage.
yeah. It's like yes, please have a Windswept Heath. Yes, please have. Do you want perfect mana? It'll be a little bit of life.
What is the tapped land? What is that?
That's a Triome. I believe it's Ketria or an Indatha. Might be an Indatha. It's definitely a Triome though. That's one of the crystal-y ones.
It's not Ketria Triome. Ketria Triome is bright.
Yeah.
It might be Indatha. I don't know that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's the Indatha Triome.
Oh, okay. I don't know that I've ever seen that.
The Abzan Triome. Yeah, I don't. If I had this card, you would have seen it way more. I have the other art.
You do love an Abzan deck.
I do love an Abzan deck. You're right. I'm a graveyard player. Is that double Goblin Guide?
Yikes. So here's a thing that you don't see very often, and I'm not 100% sure, but it appears that
we do have bolts.
it appears that Will is playing the old one of each art.
Oh,
This is a thing that
I respect this.
That I appreciate.
I respect this.
You don't see it very often, but I do love to
Yeah.
see it when I do the old one of each art.
I respect it. I appreciate it. I do love a deck that plays like different art for all its basics too. For some of his card choices, he doesn't have a lot of options. Like Sunbaked Canyon, there's only a single art for it.
Sure,
Only a single
yeah.
type of card.
Yeah, but it is cool to see,
Yeah.
when you got Goblin Guide, I think there's 6 or 8 different options.
Oh,
for that.
yeah.
It's tons of printings.
Yeah.
We've seen 3 different versions of Goblin Guide
Yeah.
now. We've seen 2 different versions of
Eidolon,
Eidolon.
yeah.
Rift Bolt on suspend here.
That's Mr. of the Great Rebel to you.
Gonna head back Chris's way. Looks like he's gonna crack a Windswept Heath. Not sure what we're paused on here. Maybe
So-
he's just deciding which land he's gonna search his library for.
Yeah, this is winning in for both players.
It is
Last
a
round.
win-in for both players.
They're both
yes.
3-2, I believe. We got a Prismatic Ending coming in, exiling the.
Did he resolve the Windswept Heath? Oh, that's where the
It's
forest.
what- yeah.
came. Yeah. Okay, the forest.
Yeah, I think he was
Gotcha.
choosing what land to get.
So Rift Bolt's gonna come off of suspend.
3 his opponent.
3 to Chris's face.
Got a Lava Spike in hand.
I see.
Oh, there's the Roiling Vortex.
In addition to a Lava Spike,
An
is
Eidolon
it,
and a
Boros Charm.
Boros Charm. Yeah. Boros Charm very good at dealing with planeswalkers.
2 mana, 4 damage.
Yeah. Kills a lot of stuff dead, or just kills your opponent. 4 damage to your opponent, totally fine. Smithfield.
I hit the back.
Oh
button.
yeah, you'll love to see it. Boros Charm, representing the Mr. Cowman. Mr. Cowman, come to surgery.
Yikes. So Roiling Vortex on this board.
Yeah.
Gonna present a problem for a player at 11.
Yeah, and it's Burn is almost always up on life.
So I see in Chris's hand he's got 2 copies of Omnath.
Does he have the 4th land?
Looks like.
Because he has green, white,
Well,
red.
he will add a minimum. If he has an on-color fetch, he'll be at a minimum of 10. If he doesn't have an on-color fetch, he'll be at a minimum of 8. With a Roiling Vortex in play, does not look good. Although Omnath gains lots of life.
It gains 3
4.
it gains 4 on the
It gains 4. Yep.
Omnath. 4 mana Omnath.
The first land that you play, it gains 4.
Yeah. So it's not going to do it right away, but it will do it on the next turn.
But passing at 8 or 10 life with an opponent who has
a lot of burn.
Was it just no? He has Boros Charm
Lava
plus
Spike.
Lava Spike.
Yeah.
And Eidolon.
Yeah, it's and I don't think Chris has the 4th land.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, he's really just trying to stabilize. So what is this? Is this Nissa? It's Nissa, Resurgent Animist.
Here she is.
So now he's going to play a land. He's going to play a fetch land, make a mana. And if he does it again, he's going to get another mana. So he's going to be making 2 mana on the ETBs. Okay, so he's only making 2.
2 mana?
Yep, so he's getting the Triome. He has a triggered ability now to flip into an elemental or an elf. So let's see what he does. Land, and an elemental. Not going to be in play, just go into hand.
So he's got 3 copies of Omnath.
He has two mana floating right now. He's 3. Oh my god, he has 3 copies of Omnath in hand.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Unfortunate.
That's
but
rough.
I think he does get to untap here and have another turn, which means the Omnath is going to come into play, and hopefully he will get a land off of the top of his deck. So he does get to live through this turn because his opponent is stuck on lands.
Yep.
He's got 3 2-drops in his hand, so he will only be able to deploy 1 spell per turn. Here's an Omnath.
It's going to draw a card when he comes into play. If he draws a land, he gets to play. Does he have a land in hand?
I believe he drew a land for his draw.
Okay, excellent. Okay. So he should be.
Looks like a
did he take
Flint Strand,
Did he take damage off of that Roiling Vortex?
He did.
Okay. Yeah, because he was 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7. Yeah, okay. So now he has the ability to play a land, gain 4 life. Interestingly, if he waits to crack it until his opponent's turn, he gets to gain another 4 life.
So, wow.
So he can play a fetch. Oh, but he can't gain life. If he pays a red, he can't gain life.
He's tapped out.
No, he wasn't. He had 1 red up.
Oh, okay. Well, this is going to hinder his ability to continue to play Magic, right? Because he has 3 2-drops in his hand.
Correct.
So if he has to keep that up so he can keep pinging him every turn and not letting him gain life, he also doesn't get to play his cards.
Yeah, and he's not answering the 7 power on his opponent's side.
Interesting race situation here.
So Chris can hammer in for 3 this turn, take his opponent to 10. He'll go to 9, and then he has lethal on board. Right? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. No, he'll go to 2.
The Omnath is summoning sick.
No, but he'll be able to summon for 3 this turn, 7 on next.
Yes.
And then he'll have taken 2 by the time he gets back to his turn. He'll be at 1 life.
He's going to solitude his own creature.
No, Fury. Oh,
Why is he pitch casting a few?
Oh, he's ephemerating it.
Oh, okay. Okay, this gives him lethal.
So he's not casting it.
Yeah, that makes him take 5. Oh, yikes.
Because he invoked it.
Kind of a savage misplay there. Apparently, he didn't realize that Roiling Vortex was going to deal him 5 damage. Yikes.
You always forget, because Roiling Vortex, if you cast a spell, if no mana was spent, he evoked it, so no mana was spent to cast it. He just ate 5 immediately.
Yep.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, you got to remember that, man. We did have a Flusterstorm. Yeah, Will just too fast, man. And that Rolling Vortex going the distance. So Will in the top 8
Should be locked.
should
in
be
the top
locked.
8,
Should
yep.
be locked in top 8. Unfortunate for Chris there, but he played great. I think he did his best against a super fast deck. Playing a no mana spell into the Roiling Vortex sort of rough, but that's what Vortex is for, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the point of the card.
Got him.
Yeah. He was sort of hoping to cheat it so that he could get lethal, but it was too much. Like, try it. I think he had a good position if he was making his opponent play off mana by tapping red to keep him from gaining on every turn,
Yeah.
I don't think that was doing anything for him. If he had been a little bit more patient, he might have been able to go the distance.
Yeah.
But doing like evoking.
Yeah, well, if he just keeps tapping his lands to stop him from gaining life, he's just going to die to the attacker. So at some point in time, he has to stop preventing him from gaining life, and then he can gain the life. And like I said, it was a really interesting race situation at the end. Kind of unfortunate how it ended. I would have liked to see how that played out.
One of the lands he was tapping was also a pain land.
Oh
so,
yeah,
Will was also losing life as he was tapping.
The Sunbaked Canyon was causing him damage.
Yeah,
awesome.
All right, guys.
That's it for the Swiss. Woo. When we come back, it'll be the quarterfinals of the old Cranky Man Collectibles Modern Championship Series Qualifier here at Game Castle in Ankeny.
BRB, friends.